I caught her on the third night after the crash. Small, fast ears, twitching eyes glowing amber in the moonlight. She was chewing through my protein packs like they were field mice. And I just stood there with my pulse rifle lowered and my stomach growling. "Hey," I said, "that's mine." She froze for bristling along her arms, tail flicking in irritation. Her clothes were patchwork, her boots made from scrap. But her stance was all wild confidence, like the trees themselves had taught her how to move. She didn't speak at first, just tilted her head and sniffed the air. "You smell like copper and sweat," she said finally. "Your food smells worse." Then she kept eating. I should have chased her. I should have fired a warning shot. But I was tired, alone, and honestly impressed. So I sat on a rock and watched her eat the last of my ration cubes. "You could have just asked," I muttered. She finished chewing, licked her clawed fingers, and said, "I do not ask. I take what I need." Then she looked at me again, really looked. One brow arched, and she added, "But you did not stop me. So maybe you do not need them as badly as I do." I shook my head. "You're unbelievable." "And hungry," she said. "But I could help you hunt instead. Then I would not have to steal. You want to hunt with me." Just like that. She grinned, fangs and all. "I already know your scent, and you do not walk too loudly for a human. You would not be the worst partner." I stood, brushed dirt off my knees, and extended a hand. "Fine, but we split everything 50-50. She slapped her palm into mine, claws scraping against my skin. 50-50, she agreed, unless I catch it first. The forest of Velmer 7 was thick with creatures, some harmless, some lethal, none particularly delicious. The next morning she took me to a ridge overlooking a clearing. "See that," she said, pointing to a creature with long ears and 6 legs. "If you shoot it from here, it will bleed out before it reaches cover. But if you miss it will alert the den." I lined up my scope, took a breath, and fired. The bolt clipped its shoulder. It squealed and bolted. "You missed," she hissed. "Give me that." She snatched the rifle from my hands and darted through the underbrush so fast I barely followed her shadow. A few minutes later she returned, covered in leaves, holding the creature by the neck. "It is still warm," she said. "You clean. I skin. We made a fire, roasted the meat, shared it without speaking much. Afterward, I leaned back and said, 'So do you have a name, or should I keep calling you Catgirl in my head?' She blinked, then grinned again. 'My name is Kari, and yes, I am part feline, but also part genius. So be careful what you call me.' 'I'm Jace,' I said, 'ex-military. Now just a guy trying to survive long enough for a rescue beacon to get through.' Kari twitched an ear. 'No one is coming for you. The Stormfield scrambles long-range signals, and there are bigger things out there than just hunger and cold.' I looked around. 'Bigger things.' She nodded. 'There are beasts in this forest that will not just eat you. They will remember you and wait for you to be alone.' 'Great,' I muttered. 'Why am I even still here then?' 'Because you met me,' she said simply, 'and now you are not alone.' She slept in the branches above our camp that night. I heard her purring softly, a sound like distant thunder wrapped in velvet. Over the next few days, we hunted together. She showed me how to make traps from vines and bones, how to scent the wind before stepping into a clearing, how to move without being seen, or heard, or smelled. 'You walk like a dying bird,' she said once. 'We will fix that.' And she did. She never asked for thanks, but I gave it anyway, in quiet words, in extra bites of meat, in the way I started sleeping with my back to hers. Trust building one heartbeat at a time. One evening, as we watched the twin moons rise, she said, 'I used to have a pride. What happened? They left me behind.' Said I was too quick to trust, too soft. I looked at her, Kari who skinned beasts with a flick of her claws, Kari who hummed lullabies in a language I did not know. 'You are not soft,' I said. She looked at me sideways. 'But you are not afraid of me, even when I bare my teeth.' I smiled. 'Maybe I should be.' She leaned close. 'You should be.' I'd bite, but she didn't. Not that night. Instead, she curled against my side, warm and real and mine. By the end of the second week, we moved as one. She would flick her tail, and I'd know to crouch. I'd whistle low, and she'd vanish into trees. We were not just hunting together. We were surviving together, living. Then one day we found a cave. Inside were fresh tracks, scorch marks, a broken transmitter. Jace, she said, that was not made by beast or storm. Something else is here. That night, she paced while I worked on patching the transmitter. If I could just boost the signal. If I could just get one ping past the storm field. Kari watched me, tail twitching. If you fix it, she said, they might come. That's the idea. You would leave. I paused, looked at her. Would you come with me? She blinked slowly. Do you want me to? I stood, crossed the space between us, held her hands in mine. Kari, you stole my rations. You dragged me through the woods. You taught me how to hunt, how to survive. You hunt by my side like we are mates. Maybe we are. She stared at me, then reached up and pulled me close by the collar. Maybe we are, she whispered. But if you leave, you had better take me with you. I will, I said, every step of the way. The transmitter crackled that night, static mixed with the faintest whisper of human speech. A rescue ship was inbound. 2 days out. Kari sat beside me, sharpening her claws. I do not trust them, she said. They will try to separate us. They won't, I promised, because I will not let them. You are mine, she said simply, and I will claw anyone who says otherwise. I laughed, took her hand, and said, Deal.